Confidence is about how you see yourself. Welcome to the Uniquely Confident Podcast.
Yo! Positive energy and good vibrations from me to you. It's your boy RJD, the Imperfect Gentleman, and
It's Coach Mo, your number one women's empowerment coach.
this is another dope episode of the Uniquely Confident Podcast. Yo, good people, what it do out there, y'all? How are you guys doing? Mo, what's shaking, man?
Hey, I'm feeling good, feeling great.
Feeling
Great,
good.
feeling good. How are you?
Listen, I'm over here in my skin, not in my head, but in my body. You dig? So it feels good to be me. Oh yeah. oh yeah. We're gonna have a good one today. Yo, listen, good people. I'm feeling amazing. First of all credit goes to God. My emotional space and emotional state that I'm in currently and have been protecting is energy that I love. I'm feeling phenomenal about. So if I seem a little extra, I am. If I seem a little over the edge, I am, because it feels good to be there and I choose to be there. So with that being said, you guys know around here we got to do certain things in order and decency. So with that goes, we got to talk to the pops. Dear Heavenly Father, we thank you for another opportunity to say thank you. We thank you for life, health, strength, opportunities. We thank you for everything, God, because we understand and we truly know it all works together for our good, bad, and indifferent. So right now, Father, we don't waste no time asking you why us. God, we thank you for the opportunity to grow. Right now, we also ask you for space and grace to go across this airway that we may be a help and an uplift and an encouragement to someone building their character and their confidence. These things are our prayers to the Most High. Amen.
Amen.
Yeah. So right now, I'm wailing on the inside. I got a whole bunch of energy.
Okay.
I took a
Somebody had some
pre-workout.
coffee. Oh,
Yeah, it's the pre-workout after the workout settles, so it's like I'm still kind of juiced. You know what I mean? I'm like I'm lit. I'm lit.
the kids say these days. Liddy.
Right. I got that juice right, and I got that energy. So we're gonna have a dope conversation, but before that, this is where we're going to interject a commercial for the new sponsors.
Hey, I'm Jeff, and I'm going to tell you how to have $100 or more sent to you every single day, straight to Venmo, PayPal, Cash App, Bitcoin, or however you choose to get paid. And all you have to do is connect people to our AI texting chatbot, Ava. Who's Ava? Well, Ava is your automated virtual assistant. She holds real-time human-like text message conversations with everyone you connect her with, and then instructs them to send you $100. Now, people are going to send you this $100 for a few reasons. They also are going to want to make $100 connecting people to Ava, just like you're about to do. They're going to want to use Ava in their own business to text their leads and customers, or of course, both. Now, there's a lot more to tell you, but rather than just continuing to tell you about all of this, I want to let you experience the power of this system firsthand. Enter your mobile phone number and then press the next step button. Within a few minutes, you're going to receive a text message from Ava so you can interact with her, get your questions answered, and of course, get started with us. So enter your mobile number to be connected to Ava right now, and I'll see you in the next step.
All right, back to the show. So, so this episode, guys, we're going to have a conversation about to thyself be true and what that really means. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're going to have to address that because a lot of times, Mo, like we say things, we hear statements, slogans, cliches, and we just take them for the face value without truly understanding what they mean, right? Or what they even pertain to sometimes. So I feel like, well, I know for a fact that competence brings confidence. So we're going to break down to thyself be true today and really get an in-depth understanding of what it actually means, especially to us.
Mm-hmm.
So I want to start by asking you, when you hear that statement, to thyself be true, what is your knee-jerk reaction to that?
To thine own self be true. That to me means be aware of what loving yourself means in any situation. That's what that means. Because you got to care for yourself. You got to love yourself before anyone else. Um, in order to teach others how to, kids, they got to learn how to love themselves the way they need, so they could correct their parents. Tell them, hey, I know we've been doing it this way, but I really need this from you. You know what I'm saying? And adults have to do it with other adults, with their friends, with their loves, and all of that. So, you know, uh, to your own self be true means learn how to love yourself the way you need, know what you need in moments.
Mm. And so for and I'm glad that you said that, like, brought the self loving, because we don't we don't put an emphasis on it until it's like dire need, right? And it's like the it's like your gas, like in your car. You need gas in your car. If you got a little bit in your tank, you'll drive around. But when you know that thing is on E, you're gonna do your best to find a gas station because you
Yeah.
need it at that point. And we have to stop doing that to ourselves. And for me, with to thyself be true, it just means, like you said, awareness, but awareness of what it is that you need in that current moment.
Hmm.
What do you need? And to really be true to yourself, a lot of times we would have to actually say, you don't know. And I think that that's what's holding so many of us back from even creating the space for us to start healing and in the process of building character and confidence, is because in order to start somewhere, you have to be truthful.
Yeah.
And if you don't know, you don't know.
Yeah. I think that a lot of people miss to thine own self be true truly because they don't stay to thine own self.
Mm.
Like,
Woo!
that's really the truth. I think there's a lot
Wow.
there's a lot of me who didn't understand the things that I understand now because I didn't have me time
Mm-hmm.
the
Mm-hmm.
way that I've had it now.
Right.
And so for me, the best example I can make is singleness, right? Some people are so just the thought of singleness just is just you're a loser.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? Like it's
Right.
so bad that you
Right.
gotta be a loser to be single. For a long time, oh, you something's wrong with you,
Right.
right? But those same people, if they would just be single for a long time,
Mm-hmm.
they would know how to be true to themselves because they would learn who they are. They would learn their likes, their dislikes. They would learn what they stand for, character. They would build the life that they want from the inside out.
Mm.
That's what to thine own self be true. That's an example in my own life that that I was able to be true to me. I got out all the noise. I let it be quiet, even when it's uncomfortable. Being single is a it's the same as I feel like it's the same as when you marry somebody, you have to learn them and you gotta die to your own flesh every day. And you know what I'm saying? Like you have to kill your own flesh every day if you're gonna love this person because they're
Right.
gonna do things where you like, you know, these knuckles on his hand will knock you out. You be knocked out. But
Security.
then you wanna take a nap.
Security.
Listen.
She's reading. Okay. Okay.
For real. That
Right.
is true though. You know it's true better than me.
Yes. Yes. That is a true statement.
Right. So um you have to really lower your ego all the time.
Mhm.
And in being in singleness, it's the same. You have to fix that you live off ego and that you live on love.
Right.
You have to fix that. You know what I'm saying? So if you just take the time to be to yourself,
Right.
you will learn how to be true to yourself.
And that right there is a bar, Mo. Like the state of yourself part is how you become, how you learn to be true to yourself. And in this day and age, I feel so bad for the kids coming up in this generation because they don't understand the value of the alone time.
No.
Like they don't understand the value of not letting someone into a sacred space of your life.
That's it.
I didn't recognize the value myself either, and until I realized, like, yo, nothing is sacred until you make it that way.
Yes.
And if you don't make it that way, nobody else is going to respect it for that being. So if you don't respect your own time, if you don't respect your own space with yourself, there's no one else on God Green's earth going to give a damn about your time or your space.
It's not going to serve them, so they're not going to uh want you to hold to it.
Right, right,
It's not going to serve them until you learn to, like you said, hold it sacred. And
right,
the right people who come around that will cherish that with you.
right. And the right people around you will see fit that you have that time.
Mm-hmm.
Right
Yeah.
now, if I go a certain couple days and I don't get that time to myself, my wife is the first person. RJ, get out of here.
Yes,
Go do what you need to do. You're
exactly.
not okay. You need time. And sometimes, even in the mode I be in, I be kind of mad that she's telling me that. To
Right.
be honest, because it's like, yo, ah, go. You need time. I don't need time. Like, you hear yourself?
Growl one more time. You'd be like, I was growling.
I heard that. No, you didn't.
Right.
So, but in order for someone else to understand what you need, to thyself has to be true.
Yeah.
Because if you're giving a false representation of what you need to the person who's there to provide that, they're going to give you the complete reflection of what you asked for. And then that's going to make you even more mad because you really don't want what you're being given. But the
Yes.
truth is, the core of it, the genesis of it all is the fact that you weren't true to yourself. And I want this episode to really, really hit this home because before you can even begin to build confidence, before you can even begin to build any kind of character, anything going forward, you have to first be true to yourself. Yo, the initial part of my coaching program, Coach Mo, is the butt naked phase. And everybody laughs when I first say it. Look at your face. Oh, yeah, I know. It's a little, it's very strange.
Security.
I got this. I'm not gonna take it there just yet. But the butt naked phase is you have to really literally be butt naked in front of your mirror. You gotta really see yourself for not what you think you are or what you used to be, right? Because that's what's holding us back. A lot of us, especially us men. Oh, when I was in the high school or my
Oh God.
college days or back out when I was out there stepping with the steppers, I'm
That happens to us women after we gain weight when we get older. I used to be.
talk about it. Yo, Mo,
No.
we got to keep it a stack. So I'm glad you bringing it out for the queen
Yeah.
because
When we get older, we be like, I wasn't never this size. You wasn't never this old, shorty.
oh,
So
security, she's starting a little.
oh,
I felt shade.
it's true.
Okay. but but in all seriousness though, like the reason why I put that in the beginning of the program is because you can't get anywhere in life without a clear understanding of where you are. Because you can make some movements. Don't get it twisted. Nobody's saying you can't move. If you don't know where you at, you can do a whole lot of movement.
Yeah.
But you'll never get anywhere that you desire to get to without knowing your current location. Where
Yeah.
are you and why you're there? And before you
Yeah.
can even figure out why you're there, you got to understand, yo, where the heck am I? Let me get a clear view of who I am now, not who
Yeah.
I want to be
Like what's really happening right now?
right now.
What's really happening? Because I keep buying the same size 6 jeans, and what's happening is they tearing at the inner thigh, and I'm wondering why these jeans they don't get made the same no more. Sis, the jeans is the same since you was in high school. The only thing that changed is your thigh size. You can get a 10.
Mm.
They gonna look good on you.
I love this. I love this because I didn't say none of it. I love this. I didn't say none of that. And I'm just gonna say it over again. I love it because I didn't say none of it. But it's so much the truth. And like, yo, to the fellas, bro, like you don't put on baby weight. You don't have a baby. You never carry one.
Your hormones ain't moving
at all.
Okay. I know you're trying to support her.
The extra eating you're doing is not for the baby.
Right.
It has nothing to do with the baby. It's to do with your lack of discipline. And yeah, the men that's going out there to buy the bigger pants, shame on you.
Oh no.
Work it off and get back into the pants you know you should be in. I don't know where we just went to with that, but y'all need to hear that. I felt like that in my spirit. To all the men and women out there, y'all truly need to hear that because
I'm just trying to tell y'all, the both of you, get your size.
Yo, and
right
Mo,
and then go to the gym until you can fit the size again.
As a matter of fact, let's go to the post right now because I got to read this. They put this in my group chat, and I'm gonna bring this up to the stand to the.
Because what I am tired of seeing is y'all Spider-Man drawers in these streets because your pants don't fit. Get your size.
Please stop, fellas. If you're over the age of 30, anything, please don't have on Spider-Man drawers
and them showing. Colorful. I don't know if it's Spider-Man, but it'd be colorful. I'll be thinking, is that Spider-Man?
Wait a minute.
Superman? Batman?
Okay. I just need y'all to tighten up with your drawers showing in these streets, please.
Yeah, pick your pants up, but you can't pick them up because they're too small. Just get a bigger size.
Yeah, like we. Okay, I can't even get into those details because we're gonna be forever. Well, here we go. This is what I wanted. This is what I wanted to bring to the table. Women drag men for things out of their control, such as height, penis size, hair loss. But once a man mentions their weight, quote unquote, something that they can control, everyone's in a frenzy. Calm down, queens. Tighten up. I didn't say these words. This is a woman.
Okay.
I want that to be state. I want that, and I can show it. Can you focus in? That's a woman's face.
Hi, miss.
She said that, and I want that to be the record because it's the truth. Yo,
I just want to know what is dragging a man.
Okay, so all right. So if I could put my definition on the dragging of a man, and just I've never been dragged because I don't.
You're not sure.
Dragged. I just never felt that kind of. I don't know.
Okay.
But I've in the work we do, I hear, and this is a thing. So a man's being dragged is basically him being degraded, for the lack of a better word. Like, because of something he can't control, like i.e. his penis size. Like if the man is unblessed, like, and if the man is unblessed, Mo, there's no need to tell the world he's unblessed.
I'm sorry to that man. I do not know that man. I walk past him in the street now. I wouldn't even know who that is. I'm sorry to that man.
I apologize.
I'm not trying to degrade you.
Right. But when you drag someone, like, especially when you're like on the internet and we're trolling people, like, we don't realize, like, especially in this day and age, the internet is the world for the bullies. Mm-hmm. And it's the world for the place of people to literally drag someone. So we're back in the day when we were younger, Mo, and we'd be like, go outside, like, yo, listen, that girl over there, yo, that shit crazy, right? Like, we would talk crazy to our friends. Now we're doing that on a global scale with the world.
Okay.
Right.
I just wanted to know what dragging was because I, as a tall girl, right? I'm 5'6.5". When I went to the doctor, I'm 5'6.5".
Okay, give her a half, nigga. You heard what she said.
Okay. All right. So if y'all see my pictures, I might look about 6 foot, but I don't know where that length comes from because I'm 5'6.5". I promise you. I'm not that tall.
I think you're lying. I'm not even gonna lie. To everybody out there, me and Mo has never met in person. I just want to put that out there. We've known each other for about a few years now, but we have yet to meet in person. So this is the closest relation to a person I have never seen in person in my entire life. But it's crazy because I really believe Mo's about my height.
No,
I truly believe that.
When I walk up on him, he's like, Mo. There you go. No, I'm not. I don't know why I look so tall. I do. But what I'm saying is, I still am tall for a woman, right? And because I think the average height for women is still 5'5" or
Yeah, somewhere around
5'4",
there.
something like that. So, okay, I was just wondering if Dragon Men was saying your preference is to not date a man
Oh
who's shorter than
no,
you,
no.
because for women like me who are tall, like sometimes you talk to certain people and they're like, you wouldn't talk to the guy just because he's shorter than you, like. Yeah, like why do I have to talk to somebody because he's shorter than me just because he want to talk to me? Like, I don't. No, thank you. But
Right.
that's not trying to hurt somebody. You know what I'm saying? That's just known to thine own self being
Right
true.
back to it. Right back to it, Mo. Because
you know
what you want, and that's what I never have a problem with. Because remember, we had conversations before from the clubhouse about the 40K man and women not wanting to date. I've never have a problem with someone understanding their preference, stating their preference, and abiding in it. I take my hats off to you, because in that, to thy own self be true, and I appreciate and celebrate you for that.
Yeah.
Now, as per the dragging, now let's just say the man doesn't perform
is
well
that
in the
like
bed.
a guy who says I don't date black women because black women is ghetto?
Bow.
Oh, your mother.
Or security. You heard the intensity of the mother part. Just wanted to put you on high alert one more time.
And my mother too.
Okay.
Older. And your auntie. She
Don't let her get in
ugly.
the corner. Don't let her get in the corner today.
Yeah,
Don't let
ugly.
her
I
read.
seen her.
What I just want y'all to know, I hired a personal security team for my co-host. I want y'all to know that now. I'm ahead of the curve, y'all. Don't worry, RJ is on the job. Like, I'm never going to put us in a predicament to where we lose or have to have any of you lose anything. I'm saying that now. I am ahead of the curve. I am preparing
That's
for the
fine.
journey.
You don't have to like me. Just tell your ugly mother stay on my face.
Okay.
Sorry.
Yeah. One more outburst and do your job. Okay? Do your job. All right, we're not gonna do this today. We're not gonna do this today. Okay. So to thy own self be true. Because when you understand who you are, right? When you understand what it is that you want and you going forth in life, I applaud you for being able to articulate it and go after it. I celebrate you for that.
Mm-hmm.
But when you do it to the demise of someone else,
yeah,
that's when it's a problem.
Yeah, because that's not fair. Because even what you said, not what you said, what you read, yeah, dragging people for something that they didn't. I mean, unless you pay for different things to alter how you look, like you didn't. How you look is not something that you chose. Whatever how your body is shaped is not something that you chose. That's for men and women.
Right.
The only thing that you choose is your attitude, your mindset, and everybody has different dispositions. Even in that, you don't always choose your whole personality. It's a part of you. It's a part of you. But you, the things that you can't choose, you can't. Nobody should be dragging you for it. Nobody should hold it against you. And to what she said, even women's weight. Some women, they get to a certain place and their body changes hormonally and they can't help that they gain in that weight, no matter what they're doing, unless they went and did a surgery. Everybody can't afford that. You know what I'm saying? And to change how their body is taking in food, all of those things. You know what I'm saying? So even her saying that, it doesn't ring true for all of it, but what she's saying is true. You should mind your own business, okay?
To thyself, right? Mind your business to thyself.
Treat yourself with loving kindness. When you learn to treat yourself with loving kindness, you learn to treat others with loving kindness.
Right.
You want people to show you the same grace that you want to show yourself. That's why our feelings get hurt when somebody says something that we wouldn't have said to ourselves.
Right.
That's really what it is. When our feelings, or we get angry when somebody says something that's against the way we see ourselves. You know what I'm saying? So
Absolutely.
that's what it's all about. You have to be true to yourself. You have to be real with yourself, because if you're not going to do that, there's no way that you can be true and real out in this world to others. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? We was going to talk about this, but I'm going to say this real quick because I know it could turn into a whole different thing. We ain't got all that time. But I really think, after I think about it, after time passed, Chris Rock, he was true to himself in that moment. And to thine own self, he was true to himself in that moment when he got.
Can you hear that? Did New York come over here?
No, you heard. You heard.
Okay.
Did you hear a slap?
No. You ain't hear that alarm going off? The sirens?
No.
Oh, that's crazy. I could have. It was so loud to me. I'm like, I could have sworn you heard
Coming
that.
through. It's coming
Well,
through.
I'm gonna have to edit that out. Not. That's part of the show. Part of the show. But
Yeah.
yo, Mo, you're absolutely right.
Even in the things that don't make you look cool, that's what I'm trying to say.
Right.
Stay true to
Even
yourself.
the not popular public stands.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Like, and like to myself, even me, when it comes down to what drives me and why I do certain things. Like we had a conversation offline, but I'm gonna bring it to the show. Is that I was sitting in a restaurant ordering some food and ordering a breakfast. I had just finished working out, and I was this part of my day where I was just about to get myself back to the house and get ready for work in the office and whatnot. So I'm in a t-shirt, swept in my shorts and flip flops, and a gentleman walks in the same restaurant in the suit and the tie, and immediately I started feeling insecure.
Yeah, you trying to button up. You like?
Where I try to get. Hold on a second. Now, mind you, it's a tank top. It ain't even like it ain't a t-shirt. It's a wife beater. I'm trying to like. You know what I mean? I'm trying to straighten up. I'm in a one piece something right now. Like,
right. You like me too.
Right. I feel I'm important too.
Yeah.
So in that moment, I had to check myself. Right. So now this is what I call doing the work in game. Right. Because we can sit on podcasts and talk about the work, but if we're not doing it in game, in time of need, when necessary, are we really working on it?
Yeah.
So in that moment, I said to myself, all right, it's time to do some work. Why are you feeling this way? Mm-hmm. Why did you feel insecure when this man walked in here with a suit? Oh, because now you have a higher regard for someone that wears a suit. You feel less than because you don't have a suit on. So do you put power and thought process in what someone looks like? That's what their value is in what they look like. Mm-hmm. And then I said to myself, all right, that's a part of the thought process I need to change. But then what happened, something different happened in that conversation, because on a year ago's level, that would have been groundbreaking information for me. I'd have been like, yo, I did this. I got that. I understand this now. But there's levels to this. So where I'm at now in life, after that part of the conversation was over with, I said to myself, yo, you know what? He's not better than me. If I would have stopped right there, I'd have been fine. But I took it to a space where it also revealed to me that there's still more work that needs to be done. Mm-hmm. Because once I said that you're not better than me, I needed a reason to justify that. So I said to myself in my head, oh, he's going to work for someone and I work for myself. So when I said that,
a little bit of drag in him.
It was right. It was like, oh, I could stomp on his head just so I could feel better. Right? Now, mind you, me and the gentleman never even spoke to each other.
Right.
I'm having this whole conversation exchange with myself. Mm-hmm. He has nothing to do with it.
Yeah.
He woke up this morning and put on the suit because he decided to put on the suit because he wanted to put on the suit. It had nothing to do with trying to make me feel bad or nobody else around.
His business.
Mine and being true to himself.
Yeah.
Right? So I needed to say like, oh, I'm an entrepreneur that works for myself, so I'm better than him, so I could feel better in that moment, which is the wrong thing.
Mm-hmm.
I'm still looking for outside validation to validate me.
Yeah.
And no actuality, the whole transaction never left my possession. He had nothing to do with it. He knew nothing about it.
Yeah.
But that all comes back to what? Being true to myself. Now, here goes another part of the scenario. I went home, right? Got myself cleaned up, showered up. I put on some clothes that made me feel good about myself, but I still didn't feel good about myself.
Mm.
You know why?
Wow.
Because you can't dress up the work that you didn't do to make it look like you did. Only
Mm-hmm.
thing I did was go put some clothes on. I
Mm-hmm.
really didn't do the work of taking the time to figure out why do I need to have someone else under me,
Mm-hmm.
or me be better than someone to be validated.
Yeah, and it's a made up story. You don't know if that man has been unemployed since the pandemic hit, and he was
Right,
finally going to interview.
right,
You never know. Yeah, you never know. You don't need any of that. Like you said, you just need to be doing the work.
right,
That's what makes you feel good, because you're actually doing what you said you were going to do.
right.
You're actually being true to who you say you are.
And you
That
don't need
changes.
anyone else out there. You don't, and you, and that point is so impactful because no matter what, you shouldn't need anything outside of you to validate what's inside of you.
Hmm.
It's there for a reason. The truth of the matter is you can't remove it if you try.
Yeah.
The reason and the what makes you special, your uniqueness, shout out to the podcast, what
Hmm.
makes you special is the fact that you are you. And then when you can be true to that, regardless of who you're around, right? Because this is big. Because we could be true to ourselves in private, right? It's a lot easier to be true to yourself when you dolo. When you, I could be myself, and it's just me. I'm scratching my ass. And it go. You don't want to do that in public, don't you? You don't, because it don't make you don't. You're not seeing. You're not seeming cool, right?
Hmm.
You don't. You're not fitting the bill. But listen, I'm gonna tell you this right now, and just the truth. On no matter what level I'm on, if I got an itch, I'm gonna scratch it. I'm true to myself. If there's an itch, I'm going to scratch it. And that translates for everything in life. How I feel is how I represent myself. I'm not changing that for no one,
Right.
anywhere, at any time. I have respect, have kuf, and all those other things. But before I have any of those things, I have love and appreciation and respect for myself.
Yeah.
And that matters more than anybody's approval anywhere on God's green earth.
Yeah. I spent time weighing between what I believed for my life, what I believe God created me for, and weighing it against how others reacted to it. I spent time weighing between those things. Um, and I can tell you that was one of the most tumultuous times for me, because the way they see it has nothing to do with me.
Mm, right.
Um, and that is a true definition to me, or a true example of to thine own self being true. I spent so much time building myself up just to let myself waver because somebody
Right.
else said, I don't think that's the way it works. But when you look at the people's life,
The fruit.
when you look at it, you realize there's nothing that they're saying that they even want to live. Because when they talk to you, when they're going through things, they're unhappy. So why is it that what they're saying to you makes you waver from what you know to be true about yourself, what you know to be real for you? They don't even want the life they want.
Right.
You didn't
Taking
feel they
advice from the
wanted
wrong one. Taking
from the
advice
wrong.
from the wrong ones.
So, there's people out here who they feel bad for being true to themselves. They feel like
Mm.
that makes them selfish, or
Yeah,
that
let's
makes
talk about
them
that. Woo.
indignant, or that makes them a person who can't take advice from the people who love them. And I'm here to say that if the people who love you are living a life that's completely, maybe not completely, that even partially, even a slither of their life is not what the life you want, they can keep it to themselves. And you're not wrong for not taking that advice from them.
Right. Yo, and like this hit home so much for me because growing up in the culture and the situation I grew up in is like people are constantly telling you what you what you should be working to become or who you should be growing up. And if you allow those things to seep in and direct you, you'll fall into a great bowl of confusion because someone else's thought process about how they thought their life out has no bearings on the blueprint on yours.
They don't be thinking their own life out. They just looking at you and saying, "Oh no, you shouldn't do that because this and this and this." They don't even do it for themselves. They
Right.
don't even stay true to themselves, because if they did, their life wouldn't be a perpetual cycle of negative things,
Right.
negative actions, negative reactions, negative situations,
Right.
negative circumstances. You look at some people, and these are people who you love. This could be your sister, your cousin, your friend, whoever it is. But if their life doesn't represent the life that you know you deserve, their life doesn't represent the life that you feel that they deserve, you're not selfish for saying to them, "Thank you, but go with God."
Right. And also too, now that I think about it, we spoke about this too, and I wanted to bring this to the light.
Mhm.
Even to the people who or like us, when we first started this journey, you have role models, you have people that you look up to. And a lot of times, the people that you look up to, they speak from a place where they are, not where they've been.
Mhm.
And if you're not careful and you're not being true to yourself, you will find yourself running behind ideologies and
Yeah,
statements and someone else's doctrine that you who you are currently can never keep up with.
right.
And I say that to say, for instance, if your mentor or a person that's coaching you is telling you to push, 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 and you know without a shadow of a doubt, like we could even talk sports. If you're lifting or you're playing a sport and you know you're giving it every bit of energy that you have to the brink of maybe even hurting yourself,
Hmm.
you know you're giving it all you got, but you hear your coach telling you you got more to give. Push past this. If you push past, you're gonna hurt yourself. There's nothing wrong with saying, yo, I've given this all I got.
Right.
But what happens is you know you didn't give everything you got.
Yeah.
And that causes you discord in your mind amongst yourself because now you're lying to yourself because you know you had two more laps in you, but because the fire in your legs was burning, you stopped at 1.5. Or you knew you had to stay up last night to get that deadline completed, but you felt like your sleep was more valuable to you.
Or you stopped believing in yourself, so you went to bed because you said it's not gonna work out anyway.
Mm. And all that happens because you're not being true to yourself. See, no one can tell you your story. No one can tell you your truth. They can't.
Yep.
They're going to give you the false representation every single time because you're the only one that has that information.
Yep.
And it's true.
And that's coaches saying that. As a coach, I can't tell you where you're coming from.
At
You
all.
tell me where you're coming from, and I can help you get to where you want to go. But
Right.
you have to be truthful with yourself and me the whole time.
To thyself, be true. And once you're true to yourself, it makes it so much easier to be truthful to everybody else
Mm-hmm.
because it gives you the kind of confidence that myself and Coach Mo has extreme amount of that. I don't give a about what you say. Energy. Hey, you saw in the neck movement. That was a threat too on the low though. I just want to point that out to the security team. That little neck that's a sign. That's the precursor. I want y'all to pay attention to that. But good to my good people out there. Check this out, y'all. I want you to take the next week and just be true to yourself in all aspects of your life, yo. Don't let anything around you cost you.
Yeah.
Don't let it cost you yourself because let me tell you something. The only person in life that I ever lost and needed to get back was myself.
Yep.
No one else. And you don't need anyone else. Yes, we all need each other, but before you can need anyone else, you have to be true to you, y'all. And
Yeah.
that's what I want to stress so much. I love that I have coaches and mentors because trust me when I tell you, and partners, associates, and everyone else around me on my team because they help pull me out of negative spaces mentally that I am grateful for on a tremendous level. But no one else gives the credit before I give myself the credit for actually standing up first and saying, you know what, I need the help. Let me pull myself up out of here.
Yeah.
I deserve the credit for that. And you deserve the credit for making sure that you show up for yourself every day and you're true to who you are. These are the first steps, guys. We got to first be aware, then we got to accept, and then we can make the changes.
Yeah.
So, good people, we're going to be true to ourselves and get up out of it because we got a time schedule today that we got to actually get to. So that's me being true to ourselves, okay? With that being said, yo, Mo, do me a favor. Tell the people what you got to tell them before we get up out of here.
As always, aspire big. Remember to aspire big so that you can inspire bigger. And what that simply means in New York and everywhere else where there's noise outside, rude, yo. That simply means is to thine own self be true. So that someone else can be inspired to be true to themselves. Look at that.
Yo, it's the truth, y'all. We are here for each other. But before we can be for each other, we got to be for ourselves. And that's not being selfish, that's being wise. That's understanding you can't pour from an empty cup. So there's nothing wrong with going to get your cup full so you can come back and feed your people. That's the organic design of life, y'all. That's how the Creator designed it. If we could just all get on one accord and do those things, life as we know it will improve. I'm watching it happen for myself right now, and I would love, and I've made it my life work to see fit that this happens for everyone that we come in contact with. So with that being said, guys, for anyone, men, hit me. Women, hit Coach Mo. We're here. This is what we're doing it for. We're not doing it just to sit around. We understand the power, right? The energy and the importance of what we're doing. And that's the most important thing to us. We want to see you guys be better because at the end of the day, without y'all, we can't be better. We need you guys. So go out there, kill it. Do what you need to do to what? Be true to you. And you guys know our energy. You know it well, but if you don't know, you're about to learn it. Confidence is all about how you see yourself. But until the next time that we see you, be good to yourself and the ones around you. But if you can't be good to the ones around you, that's okay. Don't trip. Just get those people.
And they mama.
Yeah, get her. Yeah, get. As a matter of fact, yeah, security came and removed her. Thanks, security. Yeah. So be good to yourself and the ones around you. And if you can't be good to the ones around you, get those people, not they mamas, from around you. Yo, this is your boy RJD, the Imperfect Gentleman. And it was Coach Mo, your number one women's empowerment coach. But she had to go. Security came and got her. We up out of here. Y'all be blessed because we will. Peace, y'all.